how it helps in a lot of different ways, mental health ways, and different stuff like that. So if I could volunteer and help them out with stuff on the water, and that ends up helping them pull someone out of the water someday, then I feel like I did something. I haven't really offered any of my time since my military service. I've been just kind of living my own life, taking care of my own. So maybe it's time I find something that I actually wouldn't mind helping with, but do it, without expecting anything back in exchange. Just kind of help lend my services. I'm really not a food pantry type of guy, or working with the homeless and all that stuff. We all have our unique qualities and stuff, and one of mine is athletics, and that has put me out here on the water. And if I could help them train up a little bit, I could feel a little useful for once, because I work hard, but life is more, I think life comes down to more than just yourself. If all you ever worry about is yourself, that's not much life. I mean, there's so many experiences you get from helping other people, and being there for others and having people close to you. I kind of miss out on a lot of that shit because I'm always by myself. So volunteering will also help me because it'll get me around more people. Because if I'm left to my own devices, I'll just take off somewhere and go on my own little adventure, and to hell with having people around. It really doesn't. I could live the rest of my life as a hermit, and it probably wouldn't really bother me as long as I had the outdoors. But I kind of think at my age now, it would be wise for me to open up a little bit and maybe forge a couple friendships at least. I gotta kind of snap out of that loner, lone wolf, whatever the hell you want to call it, mentality that I've always had. Because I could probably get a lot more accomplished if I did have a few people that I trusted. I'm in Avon Lake now. Well, close to it. I'm really enjoying my time out here. Yeah, I just can't help but think about how good things actually have been for me at the VA's medical center. I mean, when I really sit down and, like I said, when I really sit down and think about it, not all the VA has been that bad. They have some great, great people there. It's just they have some real stooges there too. And unfortunately, I met a few of the stooges. What are you gonna do? But even stooges can end up as friends someday. So, I mean, all I ask for is the simple respect that I feel I've earned. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a criminal.
Well, you check loud and clear.
Oh, fucking.
Check from the stop,
I don't really mess around and get in trouble. I take care of my business and, just trying to live life and give myself and my daughter the best I can. Don't care about being rich, because money isn't everything. As long as I can move, it's not costing me anything to be out here on this lake right now. Most of my equipment's already paid for. So, I mean, it's great. I'm right in front of CEI. I wish I could have been here when they were dropping that one smokestack. This is a couple months back, I think. But they did it during the day and they used a crane, which I've never seen. I've seen them drop things with explosives and stuff before, but when they brought the tower down over here at the power plant, they did it with some cranes and they just used the crane to kind of pull it over. I didn't really get a chance, I mean, no one could get close enough to see how they prepped for that, but it was actually kind of interesting. I saw a video of it, that's why I know what happened and how they did it. But it would have been really cool to watch from the water. This boat has brought me so many cool sights. I mean, I got to go, like Cleveland, I don't really like Wendy Park over by the Cuyahoga, because the Cuyahoga River is kind of a dirty river. There's not really much to look at, but they have good food down there. So, I mean, it's worth it for that. But, I got to see some cool things down that way because of this boat. I seen him practice for the air show last year. And when you're on the water in a little kayak, or, well, this isn't a little kayak, it's 18 feet. But, when you're on a kayak and you have those jets just going right over your head, oh man, the sound. It is so amazing. It is the coolest thing. It made me think of that movie, I think it was called Tin Cup. Is the one with, I forget the guy's name, who played in it, but he played like this crazy guy and they worked as air traffic controllers, and this guy was kind of loony that came to the office, and he was standing on a runway, at the end of a runway, and this big airliner flew over him and the jet wash picked him up and threw him and stuff. That's what it made me think of when I was on the water over in Cleveland watching the air show practicing and stuff. Just wondering what kind of power those things have if they were to fly a couple feet over you, what kind of pressure you would feel. Yeah, that was kind of cool watching them fly overhead like that. And I got up really close to the pirate ships and tall ships that come in. That was the year before. So, I mean, that was really cool to see. The other nice thing about being on the lake is you can just babble about anything. This GoPro actually gives me a way to talk to people without having to talk to people. It allows me to be by myself and still get words out. You know, that way people can see who I am and what I'm about without me necessarily having to feel crowded. Because that's my biggest thing, is I just don't like feeling crowded in any circumstance. So I like smaller groups. But with this GoPro, I can talk to lots of people, you know, whoever watches the videos. I think I'll turn around up here by the boat launch in Avon Lake and head back. And I'm glad I came this way today. I always lean towards going west. It's just easier to get back into the Sheffield Lake boat launch if I'm heading out west, because when I am heading back, I just go straight into the boat launch. If I head east and the weather's a little bit choppy or anything, then it gets a little bit trickier, because then I have to go around and turn and all this other stuff. And it's been another real comfortable day in this boat. I'm just so happy to get out of that winter sweatsuit.